I love sending Kym pictures because she gets irritated. Whatever irritates Kym, I like to do.
Funny mamas.
So
Too funny mamas.
I'm gonna just tell you the people that I know she dated.
Give it up.
And what happened. The first person was Mr. T. and she dated Mr. T for a while, but she said she didn't like his raspy voice. When they were making love, he always go, "Oh yeah, Kym baby. Oh damn, Kym baby."
Such a gentle lover.
That
though.
didn't work out because his voice. I think
fair.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and she said that didn't work out because he was too tall.
Gotcha.
Emmanuel Lewis.
Oh,
Just
go the
These
other
are
way.
just the people I know. Brett Ratner, Sylvester Stallone, Sylvester Stallone. These are just the people I know. Morgan Freeman.
the people you know.
Morgan Freeman. That really, I thought her and Morgan was gonna really, really work, but you know, I mean, then I remember Kym used to call me late at night going, Morgan, and who else? I think that's the only ones I remember.
Thank you
I
very
know
much.
She tried to get with Reverend Jesse Jackson, but he turned it down.
Oh no.
You're so stupid. Okay, wait a minute. Okay.
The longest relationship she had was with Reverend Al Sharpton.
Tell everybody, first of all, let me tell everyone and tell you, Miguel, why I asked you to co-host is because Sherri Shepherd, who is one of the two funny mamas, is having a garage sale today, and she couldn't make it. Now
She doing what?
she's having a garage sale.
And what is she gonna do with the money?
She needs
Sherri
the
Shepherd
money.
should have said, all of this stuff I'm having an auction. All of the proceeds will go to the blah blah blah, the blah blah blah, the blank blank blank, and the blah blah blah.
Oh, and
Sherri right there. No, I ain't gonna say it again. Sherri might hear it. Huh?
I said, what are you saying? She would have done better?
Yeah, she definitely, absolutely would have done that. But I'm going over there as soon as this is over and see what she got.
Oh, I think we know some of the things that she got. I think Chris. Oh, you got to meet Chris and Nate. Oh, look, this Sherri's.
Hold on. Go, let me see.
That's her.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, when is that?
What is that? Wait a minute. That looks like an exercise thing. That first thing on the table. For our listeners, we are
that
showing
thing will go around
tables
your
and
neck.
tables
Can we get any more shots?
That's
of raggediness. No, it looked like everything that I didn't want.
it's a foam
It
roller.
looks
Like all the stuff in your garage that you didn't want. Or
Oh,
people
this is the stuff she don't want to move. All this stuff don't nobody want.
right. Look at all those
Hell,
bracelets.
Those are nice.
Everybody got a grandmama. Somebody gonna want that.
Look at the
Oh,
pillows.
You can go. You
The
can
homeless?
take nap.
Now, what the hell they want with your old books?
Well,
What
those
if
look
they're
like maybe
journals?
journals.
She had some napkins.
When you got to sell some napkins, but there might be
She was
somebody.
That's a real yard sale. Hey, how about this? Put it on the
Well,
table.
wait. What if you're on your way to the store anyway, and you were like, "Oh wow, I was about to go to get some napkins, but here goes some in Sherri's house."
So you're gonna buy Sherri's old napkin. Oh!
Oh my God. Yeah, Sherri.
I wish I could see
is,
more. Go back to the yard sale.
I don't know. I wish she
We could do
posted
this all
on
day.
her- But I know
She
this is
should
on her
have called it a
Instagram.
garage. Instead of yard sale, a garage sale. Because this stuff would have been in the garage.
Yeah, this
There
is
you
definitely.
go. What is a bag
What?
of, go back. Oh, wait. No, keep going up. Right
What
there.
is that? A bag of tissue?
A bag of old toilet paper.
That's what that looks like. It looks like a bag
it
of
is.
old toilet paper.
That's what it is.
But you
She's
know,
thinking
people.
that somebody say Sherri might have wiped.
Ew. She got a
She got
solar
a lot of
light
workout
out there.
equipment. She got a lot of workout equipment.
Right.
better be
right.
fine.
Ain't used none of it.
Oh, I like that big Santa Claus. Go back to the Santa Claus.
Right. I do like that Santa Claus.
Kym, that Santa Claus in your house, in your yard, be all the decorations you need for Christmas. You better get
Right.
that.
I
Call
didn't. She
Sherri,
didn't
tell
tell me
her
she
all
was
that.
selling a Santa Claus.
Because she tried to
Hey,
get
Chris.
more money first, and then if
How-
she don't sell
She
it,
has
tell
to say-
you.
I feel a little left out.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
can you please text Sherri right now and say Kym wants the giant Santa Claus?
It's probably,
Done.
what time did the yard sales start?
Well, you know, they start pretty early at LA.
Well, then that
People are
Santa
really-
Claus is going to be gone, I promise you. Text her right now.
Yeah,
Go
it
ahead, I want
probably
to see if
is
I can see
really
some shit.
Let's.
No, we ain't got
Yeah.
to go to Sherri. This is look at that ugly painting. She really had it in the house.
But do you think that a yard sale is important enough to miss your own podcast?
Absolutely, positively not.
And here she comes. So, yeah, as you can see, there is no Sherri Shepherd this week because she had to move. So, for two funny mamas, it's like one funny mama, but I found my best friend who's going to sit in for her. Boom! Caroline Ray, everybody, going to join us for two funny mamas this week. Did you have a mask on?
Is it safe?
It's okay. Just I'll hold my breath while you talk, and then
You hold your breath
okay,
when I talk.
okay.
Okay. But I feel like we're so close to each other in real life. Are you talking?
okay, I can talk. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Caroline Ray, everybody, this week on Two Funny Mamas. Your turn. Don't breathe out.
When I was in Scotland.
That was really funny.
Oh, no, it wasn't when I was in Scotland. Do you remember they used to have Tasty Delight?
Yes.
Okay. So I go into Tasty Delight. They always advertise like 45 flavors. You're like, oh, can I please have this smoked cherry cheesecake? And they're like, we only have vanilla and chocolate. I'm like, okay, this is all lies, all of your advertising, right? So I go in and I'm ordering, and Michael Gelman, who was there from, who produces Kelly,
Mrs.
is my
Kelly.
dear friend, and his wife Lori is one of my best friends. And we're all in there and we're ordering. And then as I leave the store, I hear the salesman go, meow, 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 meow. And it doesn't even faze me. And Michael goes, he just meowed at you. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. It happens all the time. I meowed at or whatever. It's because of the show.
But you don't play the cat?
No, but it's because of the show, right? So later that day, of course, I'm buying more ice cream. And I go in and I ask for whatever. And he goes, is that all? And I'm like, yes. And he says, perhaps a small snack for the cat? What? Perhaps a small snack for the cat? So now in my friends, often, there's 10 of us. If you're when you used to be able to go out in public, it's like, what do you want to do tonight? Do you want to have dinner? And I don't know. And they just always go, perhaps a small snack for the cat.
I have to say that to you.
Yeah, you have to. You have to call me and say it. Say it now.
Okay, say it right now. Perhaps a small snack for the cat?
Kym put her own spin on it. Kym, I need more Robert Smigel out of yours. Give me more Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, whenever you say it. Like a little
Oh my
more
God.
obnoxious. A little more obnoxious.
I love Triumph so much.
A little more obnoxious. Let's go. Let's do it again, Kym.
Triumph said to me once, as a roast, Caroline, your career is colder than the balls of a dog on the Iditarod. What? Oh my God. You don't know what happened to me last night.
What?
So I go to buy Stella dog food.
Mhm.
And this is a whole new world for me, dog people. I'm a
Right.
cat person.
Yeah, she's
In fact,
definitely
I've pet the dog so much, the dog actually said, I am not a cat. I love you, but I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat.
Please stop.
I love that you pet, but the top of my head is numb. Okay? You have to, and you're holding me like I'm a human baby. I'm a dog. I'm like, I don't know dogs. I've even had boyfriends
That's
say to
right,
me,
you don't
can
know
you
dogs."
stop petting me, please? Because I'm always like a cat. You just pet all the time. So I'm in there, and there's a lot of people totally.
Corona-ish.
No, everyone's like, well, they're not. I mean, they're actually but it's what cracks me up is there's a guy with a beard, and he's got his mask, and then the beard, and then these people who have it below their nose. I'm like, are you doing a little paper mustache? Pick it up and put it over your nose and save us. It's not that hard, okay? It's not for your chin. It's not a hairband. It's not for your mouth. If this is showing, it's not working.
It's not working.
Okay, so I say to the woman, I go, what is the best treat to get a puppy? And she goes, oh, this one right here. She goes, my dog nuzzles it And it'll take her about 20 minutes to get through that. She just loves them. And I go, okay, great. I'll have one of those. I go, what are they made of? Bull penis.
Hey there, I'm Dawn Lewis.
And I'm David A. Arnold.
Yes, I am Dawn Lewis. And I just popped by my sister girlfriend's Kym Whitley's house. And who did I find? Miss Sherri Shepherd. And they are doing their show.
That's right.
Two funny mamas.
And we came in here I came to get some oatmeal.
What's your name?
I already introduced myself.
No, you didn't.
I did.
She said David.
All right.
Why you not? This is why.
Pull your mask over your nose.
Sherri is going to probably replace Kym with Dawn. So look for that change.
You can read my mind.
Two Funny Mamas, one of the hottest podcasts going right now. You guys need to check it out, download it, and tell your friends about it.
And check it out. More people will pop by. Who knows?
I know. Never know who's going to pop by and what's going to happen. Two Funny Mamas. This is great.
That's the two. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Funny Mamas.
Put him on speaker.
David, look, we on the podcast.
First of all, you can't call me screaming on 20. I need you to ease into this conversation. God damn.
David Arnold.
David.
Sherri Shepherd.
David.
Hey, David, it's Chris in St. Louis. It's okay, man.
Out yourself, okay?
David, we want to know, did you do the thing yet? Did you do it
Can we
yet?
talk about it?
She lost her mind.
David did a surprise
Wait, David,
birthday.
okay, wait a minute.
Oh.
You got to let David, you on the podcast, so don't say nothing like you pulled out your ding ding. So what
I
happened?
was about to ask you if your bras was off. Talk to you.
Before you talk about your birthday, we've told people you will give us some sex. What does Julie feel about that?
Julie is fine with it because she know it ain't gonna last but a good 13 minutes.
13? Oh, you pushing it, David. 13 minutes?
I'm lying by 10 minutes, but I'm gonna do my best.
So wait a minute. So tell us about when was the big birthday surprise?
Last night.
What did you do?
So Julie thought that we were going to a private bed and breakfast because, the climate, everything's shut down. You can't do nothing. So I was like, we can't be out in public. I got this little small space for us to be in where it's just going to be us, So I pack a bag, yada, yada, yada. I packed a bag. We came out here. I actually rented this 3-level house in Malibu here on the water. And we have 2 friends that we don't get to see often, and we haven't seen them because of the climate. One couple lives in North Carolina. One couple lives in Cleveland. We got everybody COVID tested.
Okay.
Right? They flew out. Everybody's quarantined. They were all here when we got here.
Oh.
Right? So they're here in the house. The chef, I got a private chef to make dinner for us last night. My assistant, Naima, helped put everything together. And everybody was in the house hiding. So when we came in the house...
Wait, back up. Don't jump to the house. When you pulled up to the house, she was like, this is a bedroom. Okay, go ahead.
She did, because it's one of, these houses in Malibu, if you pull up to them on the street, it looks like a 2 small garages.
Oh, okay.
It's very unassuming from the street.
Okay.
So when we pulled up, she was like, oh, she thought it looks like a little small, quaint bed and breakfast from the street. But then when we went through the gate and then we walked into the house. It's massive. And in the house, we got banner. I got a whole bunch of her favorite flowers, cake. I had at Hashim, my boy, he's a videographer. He filmed everything.
Oh, good.
We caught everything.
Okay.
So she came in and she was like, oh, this is gonna be nice, And then Fred and April and Chris and Dawn came from around the corner, and she lost it. Like, she lost it. And I've never seen her respond to it. The last time I've seen her respond to this is like when I asked her to marry me.
Wow.
I've seen this kind of reaction from her. And so
that's a damn shame, but go ahead.
I ain't got nothing there. 18 years, nothing. But, she came around the corner. She saw dinner being prepared. We're here in this house, you know what I'm saying? Each couple got their own level because it's a 3-level house. Everybody got their rooms and stuff on different levels. It's just dope. She got some great stuff. I showed her the video. Everybody watched the video. We did that after dinner, and you guys were hilarious. It was so great. Y'all were hilarious. She was screaming and crying and laughing. I got people that she went to first grade with to send videos to wish her birthday. It was incredible. It was really, really
because
great.
For the listeners, David made a video of everybody in Julie's life, and we got to say something to. We told Julie she should have left David. Her life.
It was hilarious because the last thing I do, Kym is screaming, "Cut the camera off!" And Sherri's like, "No, leave David." And then it cuts off. It's hilarious. It's so funny.
Oh God!
It's so.
Are you gonna play the video for people? On social media.
That is.
I will play it. Well, he's going to actually get the video, and he's going to, Hashim, the videographer, he's going to cut all the stuff into it.
That is so. We've been talking about you this whole podcast, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call him, and then I called you. I'd have been mad you didn't answer the phone because Sherri, you understand, David. Sherri, for the last 2 weeks, has been trying to say something about this daggone surprise and Julie and the birthday. I've had to punch her in her mouth. So I was like, let's just call him.
It was so great. Did you tell everybody that I called both of y'all to ask y'all if y'all had some Louis Vuitton purses that y'all wasn't using?
Yeah,
so
we did. So wait, no. Let's tell. So real quick, everybody, we got all these Louis Vuitton purses from Tom Joyner one Valentine's Day. Cut to David calls us.
Yes.
And says, do you have any of them Louis Vuitton purses that you're not using
that I could give to Julie for her birthday?
There's no, don't get caught in that elevator. There's an elevator in this house.
Oh, Lord, now you being real. You being real.
She riding up and down the elevator playing. That's how you know we ain't used to none of this. One of them is in there riding up and down the elevator.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
So wait. So we said we're not going to give you
I wanted to see if y'all would give me one of them purses because I figured y'all each got 20 purses each. I'm like, there's no way they can carry all this shit. There's no way. There got to be one of these purses sitting around not doing nothing. Both of y'all said the same thing to me. Why you don't get her own brand new purse? And I said, God damn. So I broke down and I got her a Louis Vuitton and I got her a Chanel purse. I put the Chanel purse inside the Louis Vuitton.
Yes. Oh. So tell us, when you gave it to her, what happened? What happened?
Can you explain to our listening and viewing audience what a COVID plan is?
Sure.
And why we should have one?
Sure. Well, why we should have one is to really think about what's causing you stress and anxiety over this season that we're still in, that we were told initially would only be a really short time, and it's turned into a very, very long time. And a lot of people have stress and anxiety around COVID itself. So the question is why specifically are you stressed out about it? Of course, about the randomness of being able to catch it, but then what's your biggest fear? Your biggest fear in some cases is what would happen to me or my family if I got COVID? Because most of us, heaven forbid, we're not likely going to die from it. I mean, there's of course the chance, which is tremendously scary, but for most people who get COVID, and you two were battling on and on about, well, I got a paper that says I took the test. And Sherri, you're like, well, that doesn't say you don't have it. Everybody has concerns about it. It's so complicated. So what are you really worried about? Are you worried about what's going to happen to me? And if you're a mom or a single mom especially, or if you're single by yourself, how am I going to handle it? So pre-think, what's your strategy? It's like we're always taught, what's your plan if you have a fire in your house? Where are you going to go? What door are you going to use? Here, I'm not from LA. I live in LA. When you get here, you're like, what's your earthquake plan? So you have a plan for those kinds of tragedies. And so this obviously is one that we should have a plan for too.
So being a single mom with a 9-year-old, and let's just say that I would have my, say I got a positive result. I don't know what's the first thing I would do. And I think that's what you're talking about.
right?
Right.
Like
Right.
what's the plan? Because you can't, I think it's the loneliness, or you have to sit by yourself. Like, do you have a room in your house? Like, what would you do?
You mean like a plan like for quarantining and stuff
How you
like
gonna
that?
eat,
How you
and
gonna
who's
eat?
gonna watch
Because
you?
most times you think, God forbid, if you get COVID, who's gonna want to come over and help you?
Nobody.
Except your family. Okay, that's a song. That's a song. Nobody.
Say okay, sing the COVID part, and I'm not just do it. You do it, and I'm coming in and say nobody.
I mean,
okay,
if you get COVID and you catch it, who's gonna come over and help you?
Nobody. What's the next?
It's like,
who's gonna feed you?
You know the backlash.
Okay.
Can we just be prepared for the backlash?
Okay, sorry.
be prepared. I mean,
But-
it's just like we need to think like STDs. When you think of STD, nobody wants to have anything to do with you, and you don't want to have anything to do with anybody else while
Are you talking about for a friend?
for a friend. If a friend were to have a situation.
It's quarantine. We're single. You don't want to put STDs on us.
Yeah.
That's the trailer Chris will make.
Yeah, use something else. Yeah, use like
Wait,
like,
that was
like
loaded.
Leprosy, man.
Yeah, use leprosy.
Leprosy. If you had
Tell
leprosy,
Michelle married.
Yeah,
Michelle's married. You're going to throw some STD analogy at two single women.
What's wrong with her?
What's the name?
So I married an axe murderer.
Okay, yeah, I gotta see this. Oh my God.
Would you like me to bring you some edibles for the viewing?
No, because your edibles are dangerous.
You know, I overdosed on my own edible about a week ago.
What?
Well, I ate this little water. There was one. I got a bag of goodies. You know what I mean? For stressful time. So I had edibles for stressful time. I had a bag of these watermelon edibles that was dipped in sugar. You remember the gum? Like a gummy worm that's dipped in sugar.
Yes.
Okay, so just imagine a round gummy worm dipped in sugar. So I ate it as watermelon. It was the first time I had that particular brand.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say that I thought I was gonna have to go to the doctor. I thought I had narcolepsy. For 4 days I was going,
What? Wait a minute. How strong? Was it from a store or was it handmade? That's
it
the
was. So
difference.
I don't do the handmade like Hope Flood
Because-
you make. I don't do.
Yeah,
I don't
because
do
you
handmade.
will. Okay.
No, and I don't do no, and well, what had happened? I didn't really read the packaging,
Oh, okay.
and it had many more milligrams than what I really supposed to had. I think I supposed to had ate that in half.
Oh, 4 days. Yeah, that's a dangerous situation for the edibles. Is it legal in St. Louis, Chris?
I think that we just got like some kind of medical exemption where you can do that, but they did make a recreational something across, like, so Illinois is 5 minutes from here, right? Like, it's a different state, but it's super close. They did it last year and there were lines and all that stuff. But yeah, I think the medical stuff in Missouri is kind of going forward now. Do you get down on that, Kym? You've been out in California a while.
Yeah, but I'm not good. I will take
Kim don't
edible.
smoke no weed. She don't do nothing. I'm the one who do all the drugs. That's me.
Oh my God. Oh God, I'm a winkling. I'm not good. I'm not good. It'd have been.
But we've been threatening the slider one. Kim, you didn't get no edible at my birthday party that time when I gave everybody one when they came in the door.
I told you we're gonna talk about it off the air.
Linnell, who comes to a birthday party like that? If Kim's there, I bet there's a pretty big roster of stars.
Yeah, her birthday parties.
You tell them, Kim. You tell them.
Yeah, her birthday parties are epic. Like, if she sends you an invitation, it is a must go. It's like the Essence Festival. If Lunell gives a birthday party, you gotta be there. I mean, it's not only star-studded, but the fun. It's just the music, and there's drinks and friends and laughter and comics and R&B singers and edibles and R&B singers and stars and edibles.
And edibles.
And fun. It was just, it's fun. And Lunell goes off every birthday party, she will cuss somebody out. If you sit at her family's table and they ain't got no room, Lunel be off the chain. But it'd be late into the night. It'll start off that way.
When everything done kicked in.
And since it's so organic and we have fun and you've been so honest, I feel like I need to share something with you that I've been hiding. I didn't want you to know. I didn't want you to know this.
Here comes the
But
bullshit.
while you were talking, because I didn't want you to see me eat another ginger snap, I broke them up in itty bitty pieces. And I was sneaking them ever so slightly in my mouth while you were talking.
Damn it, Kym.
She done broke them down into 1/4 points. A quarter point now.
Because I felt like if he sees me grab another whole ginger snap, he's gonna call the people. He's gonna call the WW people.
Kym, this means Kym can cheat. That's what that tells me.
Yes,
that's what
she's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, she's fantastic.
I do know how to cheat, but I would never cheat on you, Chris.
Thank you, Kym.
All right. So, we're talking about working out. I want y'all to know I put my money where my mouth is. And I finally went and invested in a bike. You know, the bike everybody been talking about.
The Peloton. You get on there and you ride with everybody.
Yeah, they got the trainers. You zoom them in or whatever it is. Yeah.
And on the TV screen, everybody get it. That's like the new thing.
Well, I didn't quite get the Peloton.
Yeah.
I got me a Meloton.
What is a Meloton?
Sherri, wait. Do you guys have Alexa? Do we need to bring out Alexa for that? Are you sure?
Alexa.
No, you ain't gonna find it.
What is a Meloton?
I named it because it looked like kind of Peloton-ish. Where'd
you get it from?
I was in the Goodwill today.
You got a bike from the Goodwill?
Listen. A Peloton costs about $3,000.
Oh my gosh, is this the bike right here?
Look at that bike right there. It looks good. It's $40.
Where's the TV screen?
Well, there's a screen on there, but I'm just going to take my phone, put the Peloton app.
What is he gonna? You can have Andre hook up a dial-up connection to it. How does this work?
You don't put the Peloton app. I don't even see the
There's
thing.
no
Where's
power
the cord
to it.
at? Where's the power cord?
It runs on batteries.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry?
Batteries. Do they even make batteries anymore? This is what Kym doesn't do, and I will say this. When I lose weight, I make videos of me dancing sexy. I'm proud of it. I do it. Kym loses weight. She becomes Prudy McPrude. I don't understand what.
Nothing to hide behind.
With Healthy Wage, like if you wanna lose weight and win money, go to healthywage.com/Sherri. And then Kym is with WW. So Kym has lost 30 pounds. So I'm like, I want to take the pictures with Andre. But like we talked about with Andre, the only downfall, Andre go to take a picture of your booty, then you might feel him kissing your booty.
Right, that is the problem.
That's
I was a lot younger then. I'm more reserved now. Really? Seeing an ass right there when I was younger, like, hey, opportunity knocks. But then again, with COVID, it might knock again. I want to be professional, but give me a break.
And you stay on camera when you talk. And you talk about my audition? Jesus.
So Kym, I say to Kym, I like to send her the videos. I like to pose in sexy positions and send Kym the videos.
And she sends them.
And I send them often. So I like dancing to sexy music. And I'll send Kym the video because I ain't got nobody else to send it to.
And then I guess I'm supposed to approve it, circle in red, and send it back.
So I say, Kym, make some videos. You lost 30 pounds. You got a great body. Make the videos. They're so.
This is something that only women can do. Because I guarantee, yo, man, I lost 5 pounds. Check this video of me dancing.
Do you know what I would do? I'd be like, get bent, dude. I don't want to. No thanks.
But you ain't never seen no videos of you dancing nasty to your friends.
Right, yeah. Hey, guys, I dropped 30 pounds. Check out these moves.
I took a Viagra. Watch me whirly bird.
feeling in shape. Here comes the helicopter. Let's go, guys. All right.
This is something that we do. I took a picture with no clothes on with some hot pink heels. Remember?
What?
The hot pink heels, and I had a teacup.
You mean the one with your butt?
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one.
But who?
I was leaning over the counter.
Who took that picture? Because it was your butt.
I set the camera up on the counter behind me, and I didn't have any clothes on, and I bent over, and I had like a teacup, but I had on hot pink stiletto heels.
But I'm gonna ask again,
Kym.
you can't bend over and snap the camera at the same time. Right? You could.
It was.
You got it. How you do that? You reach back, and it was like this. Let me push the button.
Oh God!
I think it was that masseuse with no table. He came back.
Picture, but I did. I swear to God, nobody took that picture.
Okay.
It was just me. I don't know how. Maybe I did it from behind with a mirror. I don't know, but I did it. But it was an amazing picture. It was great.
Amazing.
And I sent it to everybody, and everybody was like, "Stop sending me these pictures." I didn't send it to you. I sent it to my girlfriend.
Yeah. We're sick of her.
Stop sending these pictures. I don't want to see this.
I
Can you
have
put
seen
clothes on next
every
time?
part of her body.
Yeah, you should.
But it's good. You're very proud of your body. I don't think anyone's ever seen my body. I don't even do it with lights on. Never have.
Oh, the lights need to be on. I want to see your face.
Oh no.
I want to see your body. I want to see your muscles. I want to see your eye. Lights on. Who does it with the lights on? Put my hand in. Lights on. Andre, lights on.
No lights on. Chris?
You lights on, Chris, or lights off?
Obviously, lights off. I mean, you have to go. You have to go lights off.
Obviously.
Why? Dr. Michael Obang said he would fly. This is Dr. Michael Obang. He said he would fly Tessica out to his office. He put her under, operated on her, and he researched the products that would break down the glue.
Oh.
And this is what I love. This is what I love about this black man.
He's a chemist or something.
Yes, he's some kind of chemist. So he went through. She didn't lose any of her hair.
Right, because I was gonna say
he went through every
must have a black
strand.
wife. He wasn't gonna...
No, he's a black man. He got a black mama.
He said they can't lose their hair.
This black man knew you cannot lose your. Black women we don't want to lose a baby hair. We don't want to lose an edge. Right. We don't want to lose nothing. So he went through each strand of her hair and got the glue out, and she didn't lose any of her hair. This is him. And that's when they were putting the acetone and water on her hair.
Oh.
So I'm not saying
that was at another place.
That was at the emergency, the ER. And they let her go because they said this was too much liability. So they let her go. So this doctor, can we show what Tessica looks like now?
Wow. So he found the chemicals that
He found the chemicals. He researched the chemicals.
That would break it
This
down.
is her hair. She's a pretty girl. Wow. Albeit a little bit older than what we thought without the contact lenses and the long ponytail and the lashes. Yeah. But she kept all of her hair, and he knew she's a black woman. She won her hair. Wow. So what do y'all think about this? Now that I've explained what this whole Gorilla Glue thing is. Andre, what do you think?
She needs to read, because you should know not to put glue in your head.
No.
But this is what I think happened, Andre. We just showed gorilla snot with the gorilla on there is for your hair. Gots to be glue is for your hair.
And I think it goes.
This woman, I think she, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say this and let you talk. I think she might have thought Gorilla Glue from Gots to be Glue, Gorilla Snot, was probably the same thing. That's what I think she might have thought, that it, even though, and I don't think she read it.
I think there's another conversation here. The fact that she felt the need to have to slick her hair down and have a long ponytail.
Why you don't look up at the camera?
Because
I think he high.
I don't tell you. You don't never look at the camera when you're talking.
I think there's another.
It's a podcast.
Another issue here at hand that we need to address. The fact that sisters feel the need to slick their hair down, to assimilate and have a ponytail all down her back. If she didn't need that, her hair would have never get stuck.
You is one, you like natural hair on a woman. Like Siobhan's hair, you love Siobhan's hair.
That's why you keep
hitting on Siobhan. When Andre, like this is the only time Andre would touch me. I'll be washing the dishes at my house, and if I got my real hair on a ponytail, I'll just feel this. Just a hand. I'm like, what the hell? And he'll go, why don't you wear your own hair? I don't want to.
Too much work.
It's just easy to put a wig on. But Andre, you like
too much
natural
work.
hair.
You sat up for 3 hours in that.
Not every day. That's the thing.
You do it for 3 hours, it lasts for 3 years. There you go. Albeit she loses a couple braids.
Right.
If you look up, it might be a couple braids lying at her feet. But I know you said it's a bigger issue because that's the thing I looked at too. She got the light contacts.
Yes.
Those big old eyelashes. And you also, men don't like those big old eyelashes. I don't care what. Women, those big spider eyelashes.
Look at it.
She never closed her eyes the whole time she was talking. She was like, I put that in my hair and then I couldn't get it out. And then her eyes never closed. Pretty lady. Wow. She's very pretty, Tessica is. What do you think, Siobhan?
I'm like Andre. I don't think she read, but, you know, I think there was a misperception with gorilla. She may have been in a rush. She put it on. I'm just mad that, you know, she got a lot of money out of it.
Okay, so this is it. She has a GoFundMe account, which as of now she was trying to raise $1,500. She has $23,000 in her GoFundMe account. Did she say what it was for? What she was trying to get the GoFundMe account for?
Trying to find someone initially to help
her get the stuff out of her hair.
Yeah.
And
but
she
now
got it done for free.
And the plastic surgeon, Dr. Obeng, did it for free. So she's got $23,000.
There's
also,
an update. Have you heard the update?
What's the update?
This is what TMZ says. I don't know how much we want to trust that, but it sounds like a good story. Gorilla Glue girl Tessica Brown donating $20,000 from GoFundMe haul to Reconstructive Surgery Organization.
Oh, wow. That's nice. Okay, Kym, that's not a man meme. That's you when you fell and your lip is busted up.
What I was saying was, nobody.
Oh my gosh, you look horrible. Oh my gosh, you look horrible.
This is what.
Try it now. Maybe you can do a GoFundMe now.
I came home from the hospital and nobody sent me nothing. What no surgeon trying to fly me nowhere. Ain't nobody helped me. I did get a lot of followers. I got a lot of followers.
So people don't know why your face looks like Kym's face. If you're listening to us, she fell in a hole. She was at the, what do you call it, plant shop, nursery. She was at the nursery looking for some plants, and there was a hole in the ground at the nursery, and they didn't put those little cones around it. So Kym, you know she's distracted and got ADD. She wasn't looking down, and she stepped in the hole and tripped and fell and hit her head on the cement pavement, and she busted her nose.
See my head right there, bam,
she banged her head, busted her nose,
busted that open,
busted her lip open, and so this picture is her looking horrific, like she got beat up in the worst way.
She didn't talk to me for a week because I said she looked like a baboon booty.
Oh, damn. Is that what you said to her? You said she looked like a baboon.
And I lost
booty.
work and everything.
Yeah, you couldn't get work.
I still got.
And she put the picture out on Instagram, and I was like, please take that down. But Chris, I want you to ask Monique a question.
How much space did you give somebody from their past?
Meaning in terms of what? I need more context.
When you can accept it. Are they still talking to an ex? Did they do something? Did they do something wrong 5 years ago? Did they treat somebody bad? Like, how much space should a normal, average person? Because honestly, I think a lot of people tank relationships, and it could be their own internal thing, but a lot of people don't always get, some people don't deserve it, but some people should maybe get some space from the past.
That's a good question because people do change. Like, for instance, if you're dating a man and you found out in his previous marriage there was infidelity or, certain things like that, people do change. People do learn from their mistakes. And you have to get context to it, talk to them about the concerns and things like that. There's certain things that are deal breakers. If someone was abusive or something like that, stay away. But I do believe that people have the power to change, just like we do. Like, we've all made mistakes in our past, all of us ladies, that we wish we would have done differently. And we've grown from that. So I do believe that people can change. You have to be open to that, but you also have to have really meaningful conversations with them to fully make sure that they are a changed person. And when you have the conversation and you choose to move forward with it, don't throw it in their face later. If you move forward, you move forward and you keep it moving.
A tributary or an aside from that, what do you think when people have good relationships with their, I guess, exes? Is that a good thing, or do you kind of squint your eyes a little?
Kym talks to all of her exes.
I think it's a good thing. As long as there's no it's pretty obvious whenever somebody's hanging around.
Right. For me personally, if you don't have kids with someone, I don't need you talking to them on the regular basis. I certainly don't need you talking to them about us. It's one thing if you're cool with your ex and you guys see each other. It's very, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. You guys are cordial. That's fine. But I don't need you to be all super duper close with an ex that you don't have kids with. I just don't see the need for that.
That's a good answer.
But what if you're really good friends with them? Y'all might not have been good romantically, but you're good friends. And before I'm just using me, before you came into my life, like this was a person who was just a really great friend. And we just hung out and we talked. I'm now supposed to give up him or there's some men who say to me, all of them friends you got, I got a lot of friends who would do it, like a David Arnold, this one.
But you ain't slept with them.
I've never slept with them, but they like, I'm not comfortable with you talking to all of these men. I probably wouldn't be if he was talking to a bunch of girls. How you feel about that? I'm
a different kind of girl.
See, you don't care. You don't care.
If they friends, because they have to come over here and watch Joshua.
What a businesswoman.
Can they watch Joshua? I don't care if you was involved with threesomes. Can the other two come over and watch
and one cook?
How do you feel about that?
So if it's an ex-boyfriend or like an ex-girlfriend that you were in a relationship with, I still feel like you don't need to be talking to them on the regular basis, especially once you're in a relationship. When you're single and you're not in a relationship, it's very different. But when you get in a relationship, why do you feel the need to talk to an ex that much? I'm not saying cut them out completely, but it shouldn't be a regular conversation. I'm not talking about guys who you're friends with, like guy friends, whatever, stay friends with, or girls that you were really friends with. Fine, that's cool. But an ex,
if you don't the rule is if you don't have kids together or a business together.
So what I'm just saying is, it's the nervousness for me of, will he be able, a man outside of my race, will he be able to relate to when I take him to my house and my family ignorant and they loud and they, that like gives me agita.
Right.
It gives you what?
Agita.
You can't just say gives me anxiety. You got to pull some words out your ass.
Well, that's because if I date a Jewish man, I need to be able to throw some lingo around.
Did you say Ajana? Like
Ajita.
That sounds like your cousin's name. Ajana, come on downstairs, girl.
Can we focus on more this week?
Okay, so let's talk about this because this is important. And I think this is super important because I am a lot like you, Sherri. I love my Black men. I love the way they smell. I love Black men. Okay. And for me, I know that is important to me. Okay. For me, that is a non-negotiable. That's a non-negotiable. So, and I'm aware of that and I'm okay with that. And for certain people, they're open to dating. So if you happen to meet someone outside of your race that you are attracted to, that treats you well, that you're like, man, I can't believe this. I've never really dated outside my race, but this guy is different. That's one thing, okay? But it's another thing when you go outside of your race because you think they're going to treat you better or you think it's going to be easier because there are fools and clowns in every single race out there, okay? I talk to my Asian girlfriends, my white girlfriends, they dealing with dating issues among that. So as long as if you decide to date outside of your race, you're doing it for the reason that you simply fell in love with someone and it just happened versus going out there actively looking because you think it's going to be easier.
Remember Whacked Out Wednesdays had on Lancashire?
Did you and Buddy?
Yep, with me and Buddy Lewis. You came out there one time.
I think that's the first time I met you. I met you at the guys club.
Yeah, he would come out.
Because I was like, that's me.
I love comedy.
I was
comedy
starstruck.
and music, right?
You say what?
Comedy and music.
Yeah, because I remember you used to always come through Evan Lionel's room up in Reseda, and we did your birthday party. I was telling Kym the story, and I did your birthday party, and I came off stage, and you ran up to me and put the biggest kiss on me, talking about, you funny as hell, and he was like, mwah, and I said, I just kissed every heifer in this room.
Well, wait a minute. What? I'm like this. You got to kiss Mr. Marcus.
He just ran. I came up stage because I had a really good set. He ran up to me. It was his birthday show that Evan had put together. And I came up stage and Marcus ran up to me and he was like, "Oh my God, you're so funny." He was like, "Mwah." And I was like, "Okay." I just kissed every woman in the room. Okay.
He ain't never ran up and kissed me. He ain't ran up and hugged me.
Evan went on stage and talked about it for like 10 minutes. Evan was like, "Cokie, you all right?" I was like, "I'm not okay."
Oh my God. Shamar Moore did that to me.
Well, you saw that liquor was talking, man. That liquor was talking.
Man, look, it was wet too. It was so wet.
It was a wet kiss?
It was wet, girl. It was like, oh. I was just like, okay.
Marcus. Nasty.
Yeah, obviously,
had no problem kissing strangers.
Evan was like, "You all right, Coke?" I said, "No, I'm not okay."
Damn.
Oh, that was so
my
good.
God. Oh, I love having you.
The liquor got the best of me. I'm sorry on that.
I know, brother. It was all love. You know, I had to go into the bathroom and get some tissue. Like, okay, Mr. Marcus kissed me. Okay.
I wouldn't have wiped it off. I want to show y'all something weird.
Okay.
So look right here. Y'all see that eyebrow?
Yes, kind of not straight.
No. Do you see the crunchy stuff in it?
Ew.
No.
I don't see it.
What kind of work you doing in New Mexico?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
What
Y'all
is that?
see
You need to wash your face, Joshua.
No.
Thank you, Siobhan.
Okay, we see it.
All right, that's enough.
Oh, sorry.
We see it. What is that?
So I got my eyebrows microbladed a week ago.
Okay.
So it's a week and a day. So she said you can't let any water touch it for a week. But now it's been a week and a day, and tomorrow will be a week and 2 days. So I looked at her little aftercare stuff, and she said you can put water on it, so no ointment. So this is the skin, I guess, but I can't pull it off because then it'll pull off it's like a tattoo. I don't know. But I got to go film on Friday. What am I going to say? Don't mind the dandruff in my eyebrow.
You got eye dandruff.
Sherri.
Just leave it, baby. It'll fall off.
But will it fall off by, should I brush it?
No.
Just leave it. Just leave it. They can work around it.
They just press around it, but not on it. Just press around.
No. There's chunks. There's chunks of skin in there or something.
Leave it alone.
Have you?
Yeah, leave it.
Has the rest of your body washed in that week?
Yes. Damn, Chris.
I gotta know.
I can wash my face like this. Look. This is how you wash your face. And then you go like this with a rag.
How's the water go?
That's not how I wash my face. That is hysterical.
Me either. That's not how I wash my face.
How you wash your face, Siobhan?
How you washing? Y'all don't wash your face like that.
No, show us how you wash your face, Siobhan.
I thought everybody washed their face.
Actually, well, first of all, if it's in the shower, it's different from when it's in the sink. So if it's in the sink, I take a wonderful warm wash rag and I continue to wash it, and then I would proceed to dry it. If it's in the shower, then you splash the water.
So how do you rinse it in the sink?
You don't. What do you mean how you rinse it? I put all of my stuff on first, my face wash, get it all lavendered up, and then I continue to rinse my rag in and out and wash it versus splatting water everywhere.
A rag.
That's
wow,
not
you use a washcloth. I don't.
Yeah.
How do you wash your face, Chris?
Now you want me to say I don't have any rags in my bathroom. I'm not falling for that. Not for a minute. I've got a loofah, dude loofah. Yeah, for my face.
Loofah your face?
Get it all off.
That's good. He exfoliates every day. That's good, Chris.
I don't know if that's good.
Hey, I've got Twitter. I peek in on Black Twitter, and this is not, no. White people, two things. White people do have tools to bathe with, and we do wash our legs. We do wash our legs. I read a thing. Tell me this. I read a thing that said white people don't scrub their legs. They just let the suds clean it. That was the funniest thing I think I'd ever watched. Did you all think that about me?
No, that's how I wash my legs.
We're not going to tell you what else happens on here with people, Chris.
Thank you.
I let the suds run down there. It's fine.
Down where?
Down my legs. Who gonna go down there and scrub? Just let the suds get down there. You fine.
God bless you, because that's the last place I want a man to take me to Vegas, because you know he's gonna take you to Circus.
Well, now, then let me say this. It all depends, Sherri, because I love Celine Dion. Yeah. So if you were taking me to see Celine Dion in Vegas, that would be fantastic to me. Or if you were taking me to see
the Men Down Under, he wasn't.
No, it would have to be a good show. It would have to be a good show.
I know a couple of the guys. They'll get us in.
That's bad.
Oh gosh, my dream is to go to Morocco. I'm probably gonna end up going with my girlfriends.
Didn't you all get an invite to Morocco?
Did get an invite to Morocco by Tom Joyner. He said, you gotta go.
What are you doing? Coffee and cuss words and chaos?
What are you doing back there? What are you doing?
That's as close as she's gonna get to twerking.
Kym is like in the back of the room, but you back. You know that in the movie It, and the clown was bouncing back and forth. That's what you look like. Like, are you doing something?
That's a front.
You keep going. You throw that back out and can't go to work.
You got to work Friday.
Yeah.
I sat down.
I sat down. You guys, Kym and I are doing a lot. What?
I don't need to prove nothing.
Oh, gosh.
Why are you rocking back and forth?
Because I don't have no light.
Like, this is how Gary will throw shade at me. So my crush was Michael B. Jordan, because in our minds, every woman mind, we think that Michael B. Jordan would turn around, look at us and go, I want to take you away. It's not going to happen. But I was crushing on him. He's with Lori Harvey. So my new crush is Trevor Noah, because Trevor Noah, who is the host of The Daily Show, right, Chris? The Daily Show?
Yep, Trevor Noah, yep.
Trevor Noah, and he and Minka Kelly broke up. So I was very happy. We were reporting this news, and I said, he's my new crush. He bought a $27.5 million home. And I said, I would like to put in a bid for Trevor Noah. And Gary, what did you say to me?
I said, well, honey, evidently he likes girls that look like Kim Kardashian, first of all, because that's what Miss Minka looked like. But I told Sherri she could always be the help. So, you know.
Has the help ever had a network?
He said it was such love.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she could be the help, honey, and, you know, do things that the wife wouldn't want to do, which is everything.
In the past, the help can have children with the man in the house too.
Yeah, you remember Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes, honey. Arnold got with the baby.
And what was her name? So tell me something. How did you start in this business?
Girl, I started in radio, bitch, by calling in the radio station. I moved to Dallas in 1989. Called the radio station Russ Parr. I don't know what I told him on the air, but honey, he liked it. And I kept on calling every damn day until eventually, honey, like when Russ would go out on remotes, I would go meet him out on remotes. Him and Alfreda's, and I would go meet them out on the remotes, girl, and honey, he would pay me $20, girl. And sometimes he would give me tickets to the event. And I just started doing, I did that, and then eventually I said, okay, Russ, I'm tired of this. I want to get hired by the radio station. So he said, well, apply. So I applied at the radio station, and they hired me, girl. They gave me a job. I was an associate producer. Okay. And what did that entail, bitch? I was the telephone operator. People were calling, I want to request Lil Wayne. Bitch, I would write Lil Wayne down. That was the associate producer, baby. So I did that for a while, but I was happy, honey, because in the meantime, I was in the medical field because I was going to school to be an RN. My mama wanted me to be a nurse. So I was going to school to be an RN. So I was doing radio, playing with that, and working in the medical field. So eventually after that happened, with associate producer, I'll never forget, I went to Cancun for a vacation. Came back, bitch, the station was gone. They had flipped it over, honey. It was no longer hip hop, honey. So I hung around and I got hired, honey, as in the promotions department. So I worked the promotions for a little while. Used to drive up and down the street, honey, in the van, giving out prizes. And then along came a man named Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey came to Dallas. He was working in LA and in Dallas. So when he would come to the station, I would just sit down and go in the studio and talk shit to him. So eventually Steve gave me a job, honey. He hired me as I was doing the horoscopes because he didn't want me to do celebrity gossip because, he was a celebrity. He wanted to talk about his colleagues. So I did the horoscopes. And he changed my name from Gary to Drew because his producer name was Gary. He was white, so they called him White Gary, and they called me Gay Gary. So I did that. So I worked with him. I did the horoscopes, and then Steve stayed for a little while, and he left. So he had a party at the Playboy Mansion in Beverly Hills. So he flew me down to the Playboy Mansion to his party and stuff. And then there was a guy named Ricky Smiley. So then I met Ricky Smiley. He came to Dallas. He took over this thing. So I was doing radio at the time, but the program director, he didn't want me to work on the radio. So I got hired as Ricky's assistant. So I worked as his assistant for 8 years. And I told him, I said, Ricky, I do radio, which I did because Steve had already told him. But nevertheless, they let me, the program director said, well, we'll let him do radio, but he's going to do it 1 day a week. So I did radio. They let me do the gossip 1 day a week. Well, I'm like, okay. His Ricky manager said, Gary, do that shit as if it's going to be a year. Work hard at it. So I did it for 1 day a week. Then I took 2 days a week, Mondays and Wednesdays. Then I did it from Monday, Wednesdays to Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Then, because the gossip was so good, bitch, they had to put it on every day during the week. It was so great. They said, well, we can't do it one time a week. They started doing it twice a week, twice a day, every day during the week. And it got even better, so they started doing it 3 times a day, every day during the week. And that's my radio. And I went to school too. Now I went to school. I stopped going to nursing school, so I went to broadcasting school, and I got my license in broadcasting, which nobody really needed that, but I got it for me because I wanted it for me because I don't want to be working with somebody when they doing shop talk and my ass looking crazy and I know what they're talking about. So I got my license in radio, and after I got the license, I said, well, honey, you got 2 strikes against you, black and gay, so bitch, go get your degree. So I deferred that loan, and we got my bachelor's degree in business management, honey, and here I is today.
Wow, Gary.
So that's, and other shit along the way, but that's basically, how it went, and, so that's how I started doing it.
So I love because you were on a pathway to doing one thing, and you went to doing a different thing, which is really, am I correct to say this is your passion?
Yep, and I love nursing. If radio ended today, honey, I'm going back to nursing, honey, because I love nursing and what have you. I love what I do, and I loved it a lot. I mean, my dad was a mortician, and I didn't want to do that, so I wound up, going to school for nursing, but I really loved it a lot. But I love radio and TV as well, but honey, it could be something, though, bitch, honey. You on the outside looking in, everything looks glamorous, but boo-boo, it's not. So it's not at all, honey. I will say that.
What would you say to people? Because that's an interesting point. It's an interesting point. We always say, I think people who are not celebrities or in the business get tired of us going, it's not what it seems. Because they like, well, bitch, give me a chance to say it's not what it seems.
Exactly.
So the listeners, I want you to know she was on Kelly Clarkson and she got on this little skimpy outfit and she's doing a pole dance. She was teaching Kelly Clarkson how to pole dance.
All right.
So, there it is. Oh my God! So that was what that was. Enough about Sherri. I'm gonna start burning candles. Bring the fat Sherri back. Bring the fat Sherri back.
Doing all kinds of seances.
Fat chubby, eat.
Hagen-Dazs.
Donuts.
So she just doesn't eat. She really does not eat. Yeah. So
that's a good mindset when you ain't even hungry.
Okay.
But when it come back on, you're something serious. You were like 18 racks of ribs.
Okay, no. You understand? It was back on me this weekend. It's already I done gained 5 pounds. I done probably gained 7 pounds. I wouldn't get on the scale anymore. But I can still fit the clothes. But so today I've been drinking my water. I'm gonna get on that elliptical over there. Because I will not be able to live with Sherri. This is the thing.
No, the magnet. The people that believe the magnet sticks to your body, I'm like, Lord.
I was like, come on, stop.
A magnet, really?
And I tell people, I said, so you telling me that the world is going to vaccinate all of the doctors in the world? Mm-hmm. They go first. Mm-hmm. All the world leaders, but it definitely the medical staff. Right. Who can take care of the people?
Right.
So we're going to kill all the medical staff. Right. So we all just sitting there talking about, damn, what do we do now?
Yeah,
we can't even cure it. All the doctors dead, all the nurses dead. They were like, they were giving them a different shot. I said, shut up. Ain't no one got time to be like,
a different shot. But how can a magnet, the prick in your arm, you don't even know you've been pricked this so fast. How is this prick creating a magnet in your arm? A prick. Somebody please make it.
We're gonna look back on this, you know. We were,
but you know, we done had craziness. Remember, Y2K?
Yeah.
How everybody put out water and lipstick and batteries and shit.
Hold up.
Talk about the way the world, everything was blown.
My parents had so many dry beans, and my daddy still got the thing about it.
Everything. Because Y2K was gonna fuck everything. And we did that with COVID. Everybody going to get toilet paper.
Yeah.
Why did we think we was running out of toilet paper? My friend had so much damn toilet paper in her house. She had something left over in the trunk because she couldn't take it in the house because she filled the damn house up with toilet. I said, this is why we out of toilet paper, because y'all motherfuckers signed it all.
You know what I said? I said, what is wrong with y'all? I said, do you know what they did back in the day when they didn't have toilet paper? They used a rag. I said, if you run out of toilet paper, you got plenty of dish rags. They ain't gonna run out of water. Wash that and wipe your ass.
You can wipe your ass with anything. One time, me and my best friend got drunk in college, and we called ourselves peeing up against a tree, right? We was laughing so hard because we was drunk. Why done poop right outside? Why grab a leaf on the ground and wipe my ass with a leaf? Leaves work. Y'all, everything works. Everything works.
You grabbed the leaf. Did you just tell that on the podcast?
I'm sorry. I was. That's when you drunk. Anything goes.
But a leaf is crunchy. Didn't it scratch?
I grabbed a handful of leaves. One leaf. In case it broke through my finger or some shit. I had a handful of leaves. But when you're drunk, everything works. And see what happened? We were drunk and we were laughing. So when you're drunk and laughing, you don't have no control over nothing.
Right, that is true.
So I was like, oh hell no.
That's true.
I sure did.
They worried about toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Get one of them leaves outside.
That's all you got to do. They ain't worried about food. You worried about toilet paper. You got trees everywhere. Look at all the toilet paper you got.
All this
trees
toilet paper.
everywhere.
Free toilet paper.
Free toilet paper.
You got to be resourceful.
Yes. That is insane, y'all. We're going to wrap this up.
First world problems.
That's funny. I like to end on poop story.
We still talk. Like, he'll call and check on me. I appreciate that. Instead of him, because another man would have been like, well, let me go ahead and fake it and have sex with her, because some men do that, you know.
Well, I think also they do. I
love that guy.
I
love him. What sign was he?
He's a Jamaican, so. Yeah, I was going to say that. Jamaicans are very.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's different. You're right.
That's a Gemini and Aquarius. You know, a Jamaican.
Gemini.
Holy shit, that was
funny.
So anyway, I'm gonna finish up Russell because you gotta go. So he gives me his phone number. This is the weekend before he met Katy Perry at the Grammys. Okay. So he gives me his phone number. He calls me. He's doing a stand-up show. He's absolutely brilliant with the stand-up. He's doing a stand-up show, and he invites me to the stand-up show. And he says, I want to see you afterwards. And I'm like, yes.
Well, what do you mean yes? You had no interest in him 5 minutes ago.
Because I was in New York. I was like lonely. I didn't have nobody, have any friends. I was like, it was just very cool. And I thought it was cute. I really did. Okay. And it was like a couple days. And so what happened was, so I was going to go to his show, and he goes, I'm going to bring you home afterwards. So my girlfriend, and I'm going to just call her my beautiful girlfriend. She works with Kym. Her name is Erlene, but I'm going to, for purposes of the truncating it, I'm going to call her cock blocker. So cock blocker.
That is so Erlene.
Because you know Erlene's big Christian. Erlene's big Christian. So Erlene was working with me at the time. And so I said, I'm going to go out. And she's like, well, where are you going? I said, I'm going to see Russell Brand do stand-up. And she's like, when are you going to be back? I don't know when I'm going to be back, Erlene. But I'll be back. So Erlene insists on riding with me. So we go to Russell's show. There's seats for me. Russell's on stage killing it, looking at me. I'm looking at him. He looking at me. So anyway, he does the show. Brilliant. Afterwards, somebody comes and says, Miss Shepherd, can you come back to the back? So I'm walking, and I was like, I'll see you later. This girl's on me like freaking white on rice early, as I would call her cock blocker. So we go to the back. where Russell Brand is, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Can we go out?" And I'm like, "Yes." So Erlene's like, "Where are we going?" "Bitch, what do you mean where we going?" So Erlene's like, "Where are we going?" And I think she scared Russell because the Holy Spirit of Jesus jumped on Erlene. Like she had that "I will smite thee" tone in her voice. And so like literally Russell was like, "Well, can we go?" And Erlene was like, "Can we go where?" Like that. And I was like, "Hey, cock blocker, go home." She would not go home. She would not leave me alone. That's why we don't work together now, because I don't hire cock blockers. So anyway, Russell was like, "You know what? Let's do this at a different time." Ooh. So we came home. I was mad the whole time. And she was like, "You know, God loves you, Sherri. He's going to bring the right one." Well, maybe he brought that one for tonight, Erlene. Maybe he did. You ever thought about that? So we went home. Then they had the Grammys that weekend. Next thing I know, him and Katy Perry are engaged. Engaged on the weekend. Guess who that would have been? Engaged to Russell Brand. Not Katy Perry, cock blocker. I'm just saying. So much so he was flirting with me.
I really
so much that every time I went on the red carpet, people were like, "What's going on with you and Russell Brand, girl? Like he is." Barbara Walters even said, "Did he call you?" "Yes, he did, Barbara." "What happened?" "My girlfriend made him go home and he's engaged to Katy Perry." Caroline, you remember that movie? He's just not that into you. Remember?
Do I remember the movie? I dated the guy who wrote it. Guess what? He was just not into me.
Oh, shit!
I'm like, please don't let me be the inspiration for this book.
Oh my
Please
God.
don't dedicate it to me at the beginning.
Oh no.
To Caroline, who inspired me.
I can't even take you. I can't even take you.
Okay, not only did I date him, but I had a joke in my act about him, but I feel bad about the joke. I'll have to tell you off camera. Yes, I dated him. And
you may have been the inspiration.
Hilarious.
He did not ghost me. We dated in San Francisco. It was very wrong. I dated both the headliner and the opener.
Shut up.
At different times, I was like, "This is very awkward." I don't.
It really is.
It was
Caroline.
Awkward. You know what? It was the 90s. Okay, it was different.
Were you featuring at the time?
I was a middle act, and believe me,
she's
featuring. Anyway, then I know it wasn't the same week, but it was like, or it might have.
Caroline.
I don't know.
I love you so much. I adore you.
Dating him, and he lived in San Francisco, and I lived in New York, and he was so sweet and honorable because we were obviously like, he was such a doll. He was really nice, but he called me and said, you know, he wanted to date a girl that he had met locally, which would mean he was not dating me. And you know what? I don't even think I cried about it or anything. I was in Canada for Christmas, and at first he was so sweet. He was like, "I want to wish you a Merry Christmas." I'm like, "That's so nice." And then I want to dump you on Christmas.
You and Kym are so much alike because Kym, her entire family is architects and engineers. Her dad, you know, Kym is from Cleveland. Her father and his identical twin brother built a lot of the big things in Cleveland, built the baseball stadium. Her brothers are both architects. Her aunt is an architect. And Kym is a comic. You graduated with like 2 degrees in art. You know fine art. You are a painter. I've seen your art. Why are you a stand-up comic? You have the degree where you could go to museums and be the director, the person who buys all the art.
Curator.
A curator.
Yes.
Did you see how satisfied with herself she was?
Did you get the C's wrong? Like curator comic?
You know
what? Are you dyslexic?
When I moved here, I wanted to be a curator of a museum. And that's why I moved here. I used to teach ceramics at Moore College of Art, which is the sister school to where I graduated, Fontbonne College in St. Louis. But it's funny, when I worked at that law firm, everybody saw stuff. Working with those lawyers at Meseroff, because you know I worked at the firm where they filmed the movie Philadelphia. And working at Meseroff, Gelman, Jaffe, Kramer, and Jameson, it was funny, and they used to frustrate me. I used to talk about them so bad, and everybody in the office used to be like, "Girl, you funny." I was like, "This shit ain't funny. They don't know what the hell they do." Oh my God, they used to drive me crazy. So when I used to do the Unilaw meetings, which was like a 10 law firms around the U.S. we used to meet in the Poconos every 4 months to do these retreats to bridge gaps between the partners and the associates. And I used to host them. It would be a roast. So the partners would roast it, and they would be like, "Girl, you should be." And everybody used to say it because they would see something in me. You know how they say people can see something in you you may not see in yourself. So they were like, "Girl, you should be a comedian because you're so funny. You be killing us talking about the partners at the law firm and just everybody in there." I used to talk about their ass, how they used to get on my nerve. And my boss in the wheelchair, I'm like, "I don't give a damn to be in a wheelchair." That was what I told. I'm like, "I need a ride. He don't give me no ride." Talking about go get him some lunch. He been getting lunch. I was like, "I ain't going to get him shit." They used to be. I was horrible. That's why I was like, I need to be my own boss. I can't work for people because I don't know how to act in a corporate setting. I mean, I know how to, but I was like, I can't do this. I can't have all of this. That's why I had to quit. I was like, I'm just going to do what I do. So I became a comedian.
Like, did you,
and I run
because
my
you're
own
such,
business.
you so right brain, did you research Rita Rudner, the comic? She's got a residency in Vegas. She holds the microphone like this and she talks and she tells her jokes. She's brilliant to me. I love Rita Rudner. She used to be a ballerina, and she saw that as a ballerina, your career span is short, and you could make money being a stand-up. She got into stand-up comedy purely for financial reasons because the lifespan is long for a comic, and she's quite successful at it. So for you being so right-brained and very methodical and very strategic, was that how it was with comedy when you went, "So I became a comic"?
No, because I knew that I wasn't going to work for nobody. So when I quit my job, I was already doing stuff. I was writing for Source magazine, writing for ESPN magazine, doing graphic works. I designed the Roots' first Chronic CD, not Chronic, their black CD cover when they were over in England. Yes, I did a lot, and it's all in my portfolio. So I used to do all this from my room, from my house, and go out and do stand-up, open mic, and do my graphic work because, you know, I'm an artist. I'd be like, and that was old school when I used to use Quark programs. I was like, I am going to make me some money. I used to design weed cards for people in my neighborhood, business cards, everything, Sherri. I was working with the hustlers, the rich people. My best friend used to date the Roots manager back when they were here in Philly. And she was like, they need a CD cover. They're going to be in England. It's called Organics. That's the name of it. Their first CD cover is all black. And it's actually in the Source magazine. I had to design the whole ad. I still have it, like, in my little collection. But I was doing all that kind of stuff.
Because I want Chris to put it up, too. So if you have it, send it.
I have it. I can take pictures of stuff like that. I have all the stuff that I was doing, you know, I was doing trips to the Newport Jazz Festival, bus trips, anything to keep my money source going. And then when it started picking up with comedy, I was like, oh, I can't do all this anymore. Let me just get on the road. But I did comedy on a dare. And then it turned out to be, I'm always one of those, if you say I can't do it, I'm going to do it.
When they hired that guy, that when he saw a line in a store and understanding how business works is, you always want to keep the consumer waiting as less time as possible so that they don't leave your establishment. And to risk losing 60% of probably what was in that store because he couldn't just open up another register, they knew that about that guy when they interviewed him. He didn't go into the interview.
But here's my thing, Yamanika. When he got done saying all that, all he got to do is make a phone call. And then that person will get fired because that white man called and said, this is how they spoke to me. They're going to probably get a new manager. If there was a black man called down there and said, I was in line and the manager said to me, fill out an application, you know what they would say to him on the phone? Did you?
Hey, I just wanted to take a quick minute for Two Funny Mamas. We got Sherri and Kym coming here.
That's what they would say to the black man. Did you fill out the application while you were waiting?
The two of you have a special relationship. Y'all are, y'all are tight. Y'all are tighter than Spanx. Y'all are tight. Y'all tight.
Thank you.
And Kym never would have walked up to another comic and said, I'm going on next, and bumped, especially Sherri somewhat at your level. She never would have walked up and bumped someone at your level and said, I'm going on next. This was a friendship thing. This was Kym's awkward, just the wrong way of saying, I need to go on, I'm freaking out, I gotta go on. But she knew she could tell you that because you're her friend. So you're looking at it as a comic bumped me. But Kym did it as a friend saying, I'm going on next, I gotta go on.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what that, because I can't think of, Kym never would have went up to, anyone else. I can't, or Lunel or anyone. I can't see Kym going up to any other comic going, I'm going on next. I'm bumping you.
True.
Right?
Okay.
This was just your friend going, I need to go on.
Okay.
But you still are right to check her afterwards and go, I get what that was, but you took me out of my space. So it has to be a two-way street. And if you want to do that, you got to come at me a better way, and also you got to make sure I'm cool with it.
So what happened, Craig? I'm sorry.
I'm going to tell you what happened. So Caroline's on stage, and I'll be honest with you, okay? Sherri, you could tell, is like the consummate professional. She's like, I'm a comic, and I'm really into being a comic. And you could tell she was coaching Kym backstage, going over her jokes. They went over a joke that they sort of share. I think it was a dildo joke or something like that. So there was, right? So she's like going over this like a mechanic. Like Kym was going to the mechanic. I don't remember my lines. She was trying to give Kym confidence. No, you're great. And Kym's like, oh, I don't know. So this is how I read it. So I read it like Sherri's like really prepared for this, and Kym's going, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing here. So this is how I'm reading it, and I'm going, okay. So Kym just stands up all of a sudden, and Sherri's out watching the act. All of a sudden she goes, I'll go on stage. I'm going, yeah, it's a good idea. Sherri, I approved it. I said, yeah, just walk on stage in the middle of Caroline's act. Not like a bumping you. There was no order or anything. It's like part of the vibe. And then we're all going to get up on stage together. And, so she walks up and interrupts Caroline's act, who had no problem with it because she's like, this is the vibe. They had a little interplay. Kym did a few minutes and then did the joke that they had already gone over that was similar, the dildo joke. And then something happened. I think Andre or something caused some shit. He goes, she just stole your joke.
Be quiet.
Now, George, you know that I'm a very codependent guy. All of a sudden, I was put in this place like, what are these two for real? Are they really? They drove together. I was like, I think. And Sherri's like, and then I said, hey, can we take a picture? And I was like, trying to be, she's like, give it a, yeah, sure, hurry up. I'm going on stage. She takes it serious. Kym could give a shit about her act. She's like, yeah, she's floating around. So she's like, she's got this naturally funny vibe, and I was laughing, and Sherri's got the vibe of I'm naturally funny, but I'm also really into my jokes. Don't you fuck with my time. Don't you fuck with all of this shit that goes on in comedy, because I take this is really serious shit, and Kym's up there going, I'm a fucking natural. So I'm just gonna fucking flow with this shit. And Sherri's going, I'm a fucking pro, bitch. Get the fuck out my way. Don't you bump me. That's not what you do. That's not what goes on in comedy. And she's going, what the fuck? I just showed up here. I just drove here. I'm going to go on stage with my friend Caroline and talk some shit. I'm not going to remember anything. Then I'm going to walk off stage and go, what the fuck did I forget? And she forgot half of the shit anyway. So because she's not prepared. Literally, Sherri was writing her act for her. She was her memory. She was going, jotting shit down, and Kym's going, I don't know. Yeah, something about a dildo. So she did it, the thing, and then somehow it turned into, like a joke thief or something. I'm going, I was backstage when Sherri said, go ahead and do it. I don't give a shit. So anyway, that's my referee. That's my take on, I hope that settles the argument.
12 years. We've been married 11, been together 12. You know he's 16 years younger than me and acts 16 years older.
Oh, that's what I need. See, people be judging me.
No, Kym, fuck what they talking about. Ain't nobody paying your bills and giving you no ass with that person that you love. So there's always people that
Chris, we can make it.
That's right. That's our move. We got the blessing, the B-flat blessing.
Thank you. Don't nobody say that to these older gentlemen.
They sure don't.
That date these young girls that don't know how to do shit.
Right.
I said all the time, my friend was having a stroke, and this girlfriend thought the nigga was doing stanky leg.
Wait a minute.
His leg is going out.
What?
Girl, Kym was like, don't tell nobody, but it's true.
His leg was going out?
She thought he was dancing. Talking about, just get his daddy. Bitch, he having a stroke. That's what you said. But dating a 22-year-old that don't be around her parents and recognize a stroke. You are a parent.
The signs of a stroke.
The signs of a stroke.
If you're going to, I tell you, Kym, most men our age, when they're 45, have had, they don't take care of themselves like women do.
No.
They don't. Women our age are caught up in trying to still look young, taking better care of yourself, making sure you still got it because your kids is grown and off to school.
Well, unless you waited.
Yeah, but until you're an exception to the rule. Yes. You and my girlfriend Kelly. But I think most men, when they're in like their 50s and they just let themselves go. Because they be like, oh, I'm married, I got a wife.
Yeah, it's the when they married and got a wife thing.
And I feel like, you think about it, when you go back to the class reunion and you see the quarterback, and you be like, is he the janitor or was he the quarterback? Right. And then all the women walk in looking fly.
Yep, the women do walk in looking fly.
We take better care of ourselves than men this age. And they normally have strokes and heart. So my friend, even though he's like a runner and do all this stuff, he still eat horrible. The shit that he used to do is catching up with him. But he still think he can date women that's 20.
This is a friend of yours?
They had a stroke. And he's 52.
Has he been married before?
No. I always dated young girls. I said, well, it's fine. At least teach them how to recognize the signs of a stroke.
So no, you understand. I said, if I can get a man, this one I know he loves me. If I can get a man to reach over me, hold on, let me get that, and pull like a hair out my neck.
Yeah. You gonna get that, just like I told
That's
Sherri.
When you know. Because I was like, where these things come from? When a man can pull over, because that means he don't care. But he don't want you going out looking like a witch. So
you gonna find that person. And I told Sherri the same thing, because she's like, he don't mind if I don't sleep with my wig. He's like, take your wig. I said, that's right. You don't need to be sleeping in that shit. He needs to see all your gray hair, gray this, gray coochie hair, gray underarm hair.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
First of all, you done went too far.
I'm just saying.
There's a limit. I know that's right.
What's the limit?
Great. First of all, who got gray underarm hair? This gray.
I know people
that got gray underarm hair.
Yeah. If they didn't shave it, I'd be like, bitch, you got gray. You better go and shave up under there.
If she got gray underarm hair, I know her coochie done went white.
Thank you. And ain't nothing wrong with going white. But that's how you know the person loves you. They don't care about all of that.
I want to be invited over to one of your soirees, whatever you call it.
We go roller skating at Kym's house On the do you know how to roller skate, Craig?
I do.
No.
love
I
roller
just got a
skating.
new net. I just got a new net, Craig. I bought a new net. I got a new net.
No, I like
the net.
I like the saggy one because I make it over more often. She had a saggy one when her valet quit. When her valet quit, it ended up sagging until she got a new valet and he put the net up right.
Oh God!
Oh God!
The ball fetcher.
You have
ball fetcher.
She's got her personal ball fetcher.
We are gonna roller skate around the net, Kym, not into the net.
Okay.
The only one that will roll into the net is Andre. But Craig, if you know how to roller skate, Kym has skate nights and she calls it Whitley on wheels.
No.
Oh,
Craig
I love it.
He doesn't look like a roller skater.
No, he said he could skate.
Oh, I got a funny story about that. I got a funny story about that. So I got these rollerblades, and they were sitting in my garage. This was my ex-wife. And you ever notice that women laugh when you hurt yourself? I've never seen her laugh this hard. I got the rollerblades, knee pads, elbow pads, wrist guards, looking good that day. My new Nautica sweat outfit from Costco. I got the pads on the outside. I got the wrist guards. I come wobbling out. We have a hill driveway. It's my first time ever. I'm at the top of the hill, and they're like, I look like a ski jumper from a country with no snow. Like, up next, Juan from Ecuador. Oh, that's a big hill. That's a big hill. I'm at the top of this hill, and I'm going, should I do this? You're supposed to start on flat land. No. And they're down there waiting for me, my family. My son goes, you look like Napoleon Dynamite. Don't do it. My ex-wife, we're married at the time, she said, no, don't do it. I come rolling down. I swear to God. It was like they put a rocket in my ass. Bam! I ran into the wall. To brace myself, I grabbed the rose bushes. I'm sprawled in the ground. I got thorns. I'm popping I got thorns everywhere. I'm bleeding. She comes over to help me, and she's trying not to laugh. You ever do that? She's shaking like Katharine Hepburn in a windstorm. She's there. Are you okay? You look like you broke your nose. You better put some ice on it. It's gonna swell. I just pissed my pants. Your father ran into the rose bushes wearing a Costco sweatsuit and a hockey helmet. I just pissed. She literally full-on wet herself through the jeans. I'm not exaggerating. That was my rollerblade.
Why would you do Katharine Hepburn like that?
I like doing impressions. I started my career doing impressions.
Okay.
Not that anybody knows who Katharine Hepburn is, but I was trying to think of somebody politically correct that shakes.
I love Katharine.
Our fan base knows who Katharine Hepburn is. He said
if you show up on time, you're late, okay? And he made that very clear. He said you have to prepare for war in times of peace. That's why when Chris called me about the show, he said, can you do it? I said, I could do it right now if I need to. I don't need no advance notice. I'm always going to be ready. I'll get up, you know, and so that is one thing that people couldn't take away, the work ethic. So anybody that wants to start their own business, if you're willing to work hard and do whatever it takes and invest in yourself. You know, when I first started, I was like, oh my God, it's going to cost me a fortune to get these boxes made and get them. And I said, you know what? I am betting on me and I'm going to put whatever I have into this.
So what would you say about stepping out on faith and getting past your fear?
Let me tell you. Woo!
Praise him.
Praise of Jesus.
This one right here.
Because let me tell you. Oh, y'all, I'm about to get emotional. Jesus.
That's all right.
Come on.
Come on now.
Because, woo! Jesus. Okay. Let me tell you this, and I told somebody this today.
Okay.
I said, God will do things that you didn't even ask for.
Ooh.
Come on.
And she was like, ooh. And I said, things happen. Ooh, thank you, Lord. Things happen to me in my life. So when I was younger, I told my mother, people that I was going to meet. And my mom said, boy, they celebrities. My mama is Kym. They the same. Boy, they celebrities, boy. And then you ain't gonna see them people. And I'm like, I'm gonna see them. So when I started seeing the people, I went back to my childhood and I was like, it's crazy. I spoke that I was going to run into these people. And after my career took off, like things were happening that I visioned when I was younger. I visioned these things, but I didn't ask for them.
Wow.
And everything just started happening, started happening. So I said, so let me tell y'all, this is the first time I'm saying this, and this right here, what I'm about to say is exclusive. Nobody knows this, but they gonna know. Y'all the first time airing my clean laundry. Not dirty, clean. So I soon will be a business owner.
All right.
And it's something that I've wanted to do and something that I desired, but I didn't ask for.
Okay.
And then it was presented to me. Like, you need this. This is what you need. And this is what you about to have. And let me tell you, y'all don't understand. God is amazing. And every single day, all I do, back to what Sherri said, I step out on faith. If you ain't got faith, you ain't got nothing.
What is the Bible verse that says
faith without works is dead?
There's that one. And what is the
faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Stop showing off.
I was going to say, come on, Kym.
Look at our First Lady.
That's all she knows. That's it.
That's all I know is Bible scripture.
You got to think about the long term. And I'm going to tell you, honestly, my mother-in-law, who was a single mom of 3 boys, and one of the things that she told me is think about the things that your children do at this age, whatever insert age, and add 10 years.
Ooh.
And ask yourself, what does that look like in 10 years?
No, sir.
So the way Joshua behaves at 10, or insert any child, if your child's doing something at 2 or 10 or whatever, okay, what does that look like plus 10? Sherri?
Like if he's doing the same thing?
The same thing he's doing right now. And
like Jeffrey doesn't cook.
16.
He's 16.
So at 26, if Jeffrey is still saying, Mom, what's for dinner? How do you feel about that?
I hate it. I wouldn't want him in my house saying that all the time. And wouldn't no woman want to be? They'd be like, cook your own dinner.
Well, he doesn't have to have a woman because he's got you to do it, right? Ooh.
How about that? At least I got a little time, a little lead.
Kym said, at least I got time. Because Joshua's 9.
Joshua's
10.
10? So at 10, you still want him snuggling you?
Well, yeah. 20.
After he broke your window?
Yeah, not with an agenda.
No. He broke my window. You know, he shot me with one of them Nerf guns.
That's what I was going to say.
Tell that story.
This story with Kym got shot with a Nerf and almost lost her eyesight.
I'm sorry?
Joshua, I don't know why I'm laughing at this.
It's funny.
It was so funny though. It was so funny. Joshua had this Nerf gun that he would shoot. And so Kym and I were sitting at her desk and he shot the Nerf ball. It was foam towards Kym. Like he was, I don't know where he was aiming, but it hit Kym in the side of the head.
My temple. Had I turned my
Had she turned her head, it would have hit her in the eye. Like the force of it.
I had a Nerf ball hit me in my eye.
That's what it would.
Awful.
And when here's the thing with Kym. Kym, like she holds everything and then she explodes. And Kym exploded. What was so funny is because this Kym was like, Sherri, we gotta motherfucker. What? She wasn't at Joshua. I want to say that.
Chris,
she just
all
was.
That. I didn't say none of that.
Okay.
Chris.
Yes. Well, bleep it. So Kym just goes off. Kym goes off. And she's screaming, and then she goes to Joshua. He's like, I didn't know it was gonna hit you in the eye. And I was like, what the heck? So but here's the thing. She's going off, and she's like, you could have blinded me. And she took his toy, which she should have. She took the gun and put it in the garbage.
No.
She was like, you don't. But this is what she does.
No, what I did before, I took the gun outside.
You took the gun outside.
I said, it's over. And I slammed it against the ground. I was going to break it up.
You were going to break it.
that plastic was real
Yo, you
strong.
couldn't break it because the plastic was too strong. So she threw it away. Now, 2 things that Kym did. Kym, when she gets on Joshua, she'll say things like, it'll be in August, and she'll go, you're not gonna have a Christmas. I think that's too far away.
That's too far.
Like Kym goes, your whole summer gonna be gone. And
he's
that's
like,
next
okay,
year.
Okay.
So, but then the other thing was I came back 3 days later and Joshua was playing with the Nerf gun.
Well, not only that, this is what I'm saying.
Another one.
She'll hide things from him. This is the thing. If your kid knows where you're hiding the stuff at, you're not really hiding
I'm gonna
the
get
stuff.
a new spot for the iPad.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
I didn't even notice that. I was like, how he keep getting that? You have to do it for yourself. You have got to say, and this is for all of us, even myself, I've got to say, what do I want? What does Kym want? What does Wendell want? What does Ida want? What does Andre want? Andre can't depend on me. I can't depend on Wendell. I can't depend on Sherri. We got 2 funny mamas together. We building it together. But I can't be like, oh, Sherri, come on, let's get this sitcom. If we don't have it, let's do. We gotta work on our own dreams. I think that's it. If I want to get up, but we have to also help each other. Like Ida knows, if there's somebody in the business I know and you ask me, and if all it is picking up a phone call or emailing somebody, we can do that. Let's not. There is so. Yeah, absolutely. There's so much for all of us. Ida is different from me. She's a different kind of comic. She's going to do different kind of things. But I believe that there's so much out there. And if God has what Ida's path is, I can't worry about Ida. Now, I know even Sherri will call me, be like, girl, did you go out for such and such? She is notorious for that. She don't hold any information. And in this business, people, women, I know, men we don't tell each other what we make. We don't tell each other what we made on that gig. I don't know what that is. But when we don't, it doesn't help us negotiate.
Right.
It never helps us. But and it's not going to take from your money. It's helping you. What you get on that last job so I can, go in and say, hey, let me have this. So I think we're getting better at it. But, after I get off my soapbox, it's just pretty much saying there's enough for all of us out here.
100%. It's very complicated for me because I came into this game a mother, and my children were always everything for me, but I'm also the oldest kid, so I'm used to always sharing. That's just how I was raised. Like, I didn't have a choice but to share. And so this dog eat dog spirit that people have to develop in this business because they believe that's what you need to do to survive is so far from the truth, because the reality is that all of this business is based on economics. And if you make money, then you will have a place. If they know that you're going to make them money, they're going to figure out a space for you. And all of that being said, we know white supremacy is real and systemic oppression is real. But the reality of it is that we always are thinking there's only one spot at the top. Like Kevin Hart made it, and it fractured the psyche of a lot of comedians because they were like, oh, he got the spot. Why he got the spot? Instead of saying, look at all the money that Kevin Hart is generating. I need to figure out a way that I can generate money like that too, so that I can find my way in this business. And it's pretty disheartening to watch the way people act and the competitiveness, because we compete with each other, but we don't compete with who's at the top of the food chain. Like, there's no need to say why Kym got that and I didn't get it when a white man is getting paid twice as much as both of us. So the bar shouldn't be each other. We shouldn't be competing with women, shouldn't be doing that to other women when men make way more money than all of us. It's just so, but it's really the thinking is that if they get you, that we don't need the shackles anymore because they got our minds, and we really do that to each other. And it's really gross to watch.
Well, it's the fear and insecurity. Most of us come from someplace else where we wanted to take it to the next level. So we came to LA, where this is where you're supposed to do it. But when people get here, like you said, it seems like there's only room for that one until that one loses his reign, and then they let the next one in. Fortunately, now with streaming services and us having access to do things like this, we can create our own. We don't have to sit back and.
But you know what, Teddy? He came after me. I wasn't going after. He would come to my shows. And he was a very aggressive male. I'll put it that way. You know, he was the one.
Turn him off. That's what he used to say.
Yeah, right.
He was aggressive.
Come on. Let's get it on.
Well, yes, if you look like this with the bathing suit on, the bikini, and you had your beautiful jumpsuits on, Frida, I'd be aggressive too.
Yeah, well, you know, it was like that. He was, and you know what, I had to kind of like, you know, put him at arm's length because he was just too much. He was just too much. If you read my book, there was an incident that happened, and this is all true. And this was back in the 70s as well. And we had just left my sister. My sister had a barbecue at her house in Laurel Canyon, and he had been invited. So when we got ready to leave to go back to my house, because I used to live up in the Hollywood Hills, and we were in the car. And I remember at the time, my son was like 5 years old, and his son was also 4 or 5. And they were sitting in the back, and I was driving my car. And so we were on Sunset Boulevard, and we were approaching this car dealership of like high-end sports cars. He said, pull over. I want to check these cars out. We pulled over, and just before we got to get out, we saw lights flashing in the back, and it was the police. The police had, you know, pulled up right behind me. And then they came over, and before they came over, he reached in his pocket and took out a little vial of cocaine. Oh. He said, "Here, put this in your bra." And I did.
Oh,
I did. I put it in my bra. And all they did was say, we hadn't done anything other than just pull over. And so I have a feeling they recognized who he was, and they were just messing with us. You know, so they asked me for my registration, driver's license. I did all of that. And that was it. But after that, I said, I'm done with him.
But look, Frida, this is a trip, because if you had gotten caught, you would have been an accessory, and it would have been an unsung about how Frida Payne went to prison.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait a minute,
I know, but that's why you have to watch, like I say, watch who you hang out with.
Because wait, this makes no sense. They pulled her over as the driver. He gives her the cocaine. It should be the other way around. Why you giving it to me? They're gonna search me, not you, fool. Oh,
well, because they probably knew. They probably knew about Teddy. But do you remember, Frida, that whole story? Remember when Jenifer Lopez was with P. Diddy, Diddy, and they were driving, and remember Diddy, that they threw that gun out the window? He threw it on J-Lo's lap, and then they threw it out the window?
Yeah,
Same thing.
That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. And I know, hey, listen, there was a time when I lived in New York, I knew some drug dealers. Matter of fact, and it's in my book, I had a boyfriend, and this was like, I was like about 23, about 24 years old at the time. And I was living in New York, and we started dating this guy. And he said, I'm in real estate. I got brownstone apartments up in Harlem, blah, blah, blah. And he was just 3 years older than me. And then come to find out, after we dated about like 3 or 4 months, and I was in love. At least I thought I was in love. I really was. And then I found out he was this big time drug dealer. And yeah, he was a drug dealer, and I continued to go with him because I was in love by that time.
Two funny mamas. Two funny mamas. Two funny mamas.